Thank you for tuning in for this virtual Leaders in Coffee special election edition on Gables Insider. Today, we're joined by Javier Baños, candidate for Coral Gables Commissioner in Group 3. Javier, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Ariel. And it's wonderful to be here and wonderful to be interviewed by Gables Insider. I love the publication.
Thank you. So what motivated you to run for City Commission?
Well, as I said before, for me, civil service, being part of the commission, being part of our own government is a calling. I think if we want to have a government that actually serves residents, you have to be involved. You have to be part of the government you want to have. So I've tried to make it my mission when I used to live in a prior city, as well as since I moved to City of Coral Gables 11 years ago, to be an active participant and to provide residents with I think is my opinion and my input on several issues, specifically on financial issues, which is where my experience as a CPA and as an attorney had given me the knowledge in order to serve.
What is your stance on the city's current rate of development, and how would you change it?
You know, my sense, I guess I've spoken for over 6,000 residents at this point in time. There's a significant outrage on the part of our residents or citizenry as to the out-of-scale development that we have in our city. There are way too many buildings being put together, especially on the downtown area, that don't taper off next to a neighborhood. They essentially are very high and bring more traffic, more congestion. They're going to bring a significant amount of residents, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if we don't have the proper infrastructure with which to handle those folks, proper amount of schools, a good number of firefighters, more police officers, more service providers, then all we're doing is training our resources for not much in return, as well as inconveniencing and destroying the nature of the existing neighborhood. So my sense is we need to step back, have a better understanding of where we want to go, have a true plan for the future, provide for the proper infrastructure for the same, and start approving these monstrosities that really have nothing to do with what at least I believe Coral Gables is. And I love this city. I've lived here for 11 years. It's where I want my children to live. I want them to be proud of the work that we'll be doing.
As far as development also brings with it traffic gridlock. Coral Gables has already had issues with traffic for many years. What would you do to improve our traffic situation?
Well, traffic calming, it's already on its way. I think the North Gables is going through a process of receiving a significant amount of speed bumps and other traffic calming endeavors, which I think are important and to ameliorate the speed of people going through the city. But traffic calming slows the traffic, but it doesn't prevent people from going through the traffic. And I think just like it was done in Coral Gate in the city of Miami, just across outside of the city of Coral Gables, I think we should really look hard to continue to do what has been done in some neighborhoods and close off some of the streets to the pass-through traffic. I generally don't think it'll be that difficult to do. Even though it has been tried in the past, because I think the problem has aggravated. I think we have gotten to a crescendo of a problem with that the residents will have enough of a group of a voice, of a large voice, to have that happen. And I think the county will actually will help us with it with Commissioner Regalado. And along with my colleagues, who I expect to be my future colleagues on the dais, in Lago and others, to get a consensus and prevent some of this from this cross traffic from coming through. It can be done allowing fire trucks and police officers to pass through, because those gates do open, so it won't be a safety issue for many of these places. And I think we just need to pull that Band-Aid and get it done, and just direct traffic to the main thoroughfares of the city on Coral Way and on Bird, which I think where it belongs. It doesn't belong through our neighborhoods, because it destroys the neighborhoods.
For several months now, we've heard from residents about their concern with transparency in the government, as well as their concerns with the ability of residents to provide input. How would you improve resident input and transparency in Coral Gables?
You know, this has to be, aside from the issue of growth and development, this is the biggest ask from most residents. They do feel a disconnect between their government and the residents. They believe that their voices are not being heard. A significant portion of them believe that the voices are not being heard, and the specialized interests in real estate and other areas are the ones that are really receiving the ears of the commission. So my goal will be to expand access to the city, make sure that the hours of operation for, especially for the city commission, but also for other boards, are done at times in which all the folks can participate. That, you know, it's especially after hours. I will make sure that if there's a notice requirement for a new building or new construction or anything that affects a neighborhood, it goes to a broader community or broader radius. It is done in a way that we certify the fact, or we can have proof of the fact that this is given to others. I think we need to expand the digital access that we receive, and then inform seniors who many times would like to participate but feel constrained that they can to participate without the need to, for technological class, to either by calling in into the commission or by watching it on television and being able to ask questions through a phone. I think it's essential that we have a government that is answerable to the residents, because what happens if we don't is that you get a backlash. You get residents who just get disenchanted with the city, and we lose the authority and not only the moral authority, but also the actual authority to be able to make these decisions, because we're not doing it as a representative government. We're doing it by fiat, and that's not the way to have a government in Coral Gables.
What message do you send residents who are undecided in this race?
Well, out of in group 3, out of all my opponents, I'm the only one that has a financial background as a certified public accountant and as an attorney who specializes in financial issues, to really look at this budget and to prioritize the needs of residents. I think we have too many lawyers up there who know about zoning issues, and that somehow we're suffering the effect of that. With the growth that's happening in the city, I think we need somebody to dissect what we have in the current budget. I think I will follow Commissioner Lagos and possibly Mayor Lagos' lead on auditing the current budget process. I'm also one of the few. I don't think Mr. Buscello actually owns a house, but I'm one of the few of candidates that actually has put solar panels on their homes. And I want to make sure to expand that project. I think it's something that for any new construction, a significant portion of the electricity should be put on solar, and that will be a way to safeguard the future for our children, so that we are able to say, 4 years, 8 years after we serve, that we've done something to secure the future for our kids, just like we did yesterday when we had the forum. That was a main ask. These parents are concerned about what type of city are we building for the children, and I think that will be one of the main guiding posts compared to my opponents, some of whom don't even have children. Actually, 2 of them who don't even have children. That will be my focus, to guide the city for the future, to have the financial fortitude to handle sea level rise and other concerns, and to prep us for the challenges that will come.
Javier Baños, candidate for city commissioner in group 3. Thank you so very much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. As always, thank you, Ariel, for giving this forum for our residents to get to know us.
And thank you for watching. Tune in next time for another Leaders in Coffee on Gables Insider.